What's good, y'all? We back. We got something real special lined up for y'all. I know you see the ticker. Loading.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is Room Service. It's your boy Jay Smooth.
Boy, Showtime Sticks.
Listen, y'all, we got a good interview here for y'all today. Straight from Nevada Wolfpack himself, James Michael Johnson. What's up, man? Hey, how's it going, big dog? How you doing?
Man, I'm chilling, man. Blessed, man. I can't complain.
Good. How you doing, Showtime Sticks? How's it going over there?
Man, things are going good. I'm happy to have my guy here with us. You know, we share a lot of the same common things, but I'm excited to hear about his journey. You know,
absolutely.
Can't wait.
Absolutely. For sure. Let's go ahead and dip right into it, James. Let's take us back, man. When you were born, who put the ball in your crib? Was it mom or pops?
I don't know. That's a good question. Probably my dad. You know, my dad. So I'm from Fairfield. I was born in Vallejo, but I grew up in Fairfield. So I mean, as a young age, like I was playing, you know, I was always playing something. I was playing either t-ball, basketball. I played flag football for a little while. I played at the what's it called? The Allen Witt in Fairfield.
Yeah, I used to stay right behind there.
Yeah. That's I like my earliest times playing any organized sports. We was at Allen Witt playing t-ball, basketball, indoor flag football. You know what I mean? And then I got older and I started taking more to basketball because I loved it. I mean, I was fairly good at it. You know what I mean? In the area, I was decent. And then I always liked football. Like I always wanted to play. Like I wanted to play tackle football. But like when I was coming up, all the leagues were weight based. They were all like you had to be, if you were a certain weight, you had to either play with the older kids or you had to have a big X on your helmet and you couldn't never carry the ball. So I was always one of the biggest kids in my age group. Like I looked way older all the time. I was so much bigger than everybody. So if I wanted to play tackle football, they're like, hey, you gotta play. I'm 7. You gotta play with the 9 and 10-year-olds because my weight.
Damn.
I was just
how much were you weighing back then?
I've been this. So I'm 6'2" right now. When I was in middle school, 7th grade, I was like 6 foot.
6 foot.
I was a big kid.
Damn.
I got a picture. I got a picture I can send y'all, bro. When I was in
I'm gonna need that, my guy.
When I was in hold on, let me see.
That's a big 7th grader.
I was in I think I got that shit right here.
That's baby Debo right there.
You can't even see this. So look, that's me.
Sheesh.
Oh, okay.
That boy is big.
That's like you compared to Josh right now. That's crazy.
Yeah. Real talk. And I'm 31,
really
so imagine.
That's like I think I might have been 10. I was a 10-year-old all-star team.
Damn.
I've always been used, but like I stopped once I hit. Why would you? Anyway, my kids coming in here. But anyway, so when I was 10 years old, I was just playing baseball and all-stars and stuff like that. And so I was really good at baseball, you know what I mean, to a certain point. And then I always liked football, but my mother wouldn't let me play tackle football at that time. So then I remember freshman year came around and I played first semester. So I ended up just going out for the football team and she didn't even know I was playing. I was on the team coming home. I come home at like 5.
Man, how you pull that off?
Football is for the devil.
And then I got out there. And then, you know, my first year, I was bad, bro. I wasn't very good. I was like, but they had me with the booty face mask with the
oh no,
I had that. Ooh. I was number 34. I was like a backup tight end, backup defensive end.
Oh,
but it's like I didn't know how to like I knew how to play like running back, but I was like I wanted to play running back. My favorite player growing up was Emmitt Smith. Like I wanted to play running back, but then I'm like my size, bro. I'm like I'm not no running back. You know what I'm saying? But then freshman year, I didn't really play. I played sparingly. Like I wasn't out there all the time. But then my sophomore year, I started understanding how to use my body, how to like actually use my body in terms of football, how leverage works, low man wins.
Yeah.
The fact that like I am bigger than everybody. I wasn't huge, but use my body. You know what I'm saying? Don't be out there just standing straight up, getting around. So then I started understanding the game a little more. And then I remember we played Bethel in Vallejo, Jesse Bethel. And I had like 4 touchdowns playing tight end. I kept catching it. I was just running. They couldn't catch me. And I was like, after that game, I was like, damn, this shit, I don't even know what I'm doing really. You know what I'm saying? And I was nice. So then, and then they tried to get me to go to varsity. But my pops was like, my dad was like, no, like keep him on JV, let him dominate because he don't know what he's doing yet. Like don't put him up to varsity with these older kids just so they can beat up on him and then mess his confidence up. Like keep him on JV. This is probably one of the best decisions because he kept me on JV.
Smart man.
And I was murdering kids. I was murdering the rest of I was like killing. And I was like, damn, like I was the JV, I was the varsity after that, and I still was balling. So I was playing at that time I was playing football, basketball, and baseball from freshman year to like my junior year. And then my junior year I stopped playing baseball and started running track instead. Because at that time, my junior year, I knew I wanted to play football. Like basketball was cool, but like I like playing power forward. I played power forward, and I was telling girls,
right, like hitting somebody. That's what it was.
Forward, right?
We so damn big.
Yeah, we played AAU ball. We would go to these tournaments in Vegas, all around the Bay Area, and I'm a forward. I'm only 6'2", so like we playing against dudes at 6'8", and I'm like, I can't do nothing with them. But I'm like, I remember we used to play the Oakland Soldiers out of Oakland. We used to play the AAU team. Okay. And I used to be like, bro, I love basketball so much, but I'm not tall. Like these dudes is 6. I can't do nothing with them. I'm stronger than them, but I ain't I'm not growing no more. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no point guard. So now I'm like, well, let me just leave basketball alone. I still was playing it, but like I started looking at like football. I'm like, okay, I'm like the perfect size for like a linebacker, outside linebacker, defensive end. I'm like right there already. I got that. So all I got to do is get the skills down. So I was like, let me just stop playing football. You know what I'm saying? Start running track. Track helped me a lot because I got my speed down, explosiveness. I was running the 1, the 2. I was running the 400. I was running the 4x1, the high jump and the long jump. So like, I dug in the track, man, because my I didn't really like it.
Yeah.
That shit track gets you right. It ain't nothing but running. It ain't no games. You just run. You want to be faster than 1, you run the 2. You want to be faster than 2, you run the 4. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It hurts. But then I was able to get better. And then my senior year, bro, I was out there. I had no offers up until I mean, because I was good. I was
no offers at Rod.
No, but we didn't really. Our team was fairly good. That was the first year we won league. My senior year, we won the conference.
That was
about the time where you started to catch some.
What you said?
No, I was saying, was this about the time where you started to catch some steam, like as far as like your name getting out there?
Yeah. I mean, my name was already out there for a little bit for basketball and football. Like I was probably one of the better players in the city, Fairfield. Probably me and a couple of dudes was always in the. What you say?
Neck and neck.
No, I was saying for real though. We all remember. Yeah.
I was one of the better players in terms of like basketball and football. I was in the news. You know what I'm saying? But then like bigger, like. You know what I mean? I would go to these camps. Like my pops is really, really big with like helping me out. Because like if I wouldn't have had him in my life straight up, it wouldn't have went the same way. Because he, in terms of like knowing what to do to get me to the next level. Because my pop didn't really play sports like that. He went to Hogan. Yeah. He played baseball a little bit, but he wasn't really on that level. You know what I'm saying? Like sports wise, but he knew where to take me and who to get me around that'll help me get to the next level. So like, like I would go, like, I remember like, and at that time, in 2007, dudes were getting recruited off of, there was no YouTube. There was no DMs. I was sending out VHS tapes. VHS. I was at the end of in the beginning of the DVD VHS tape era. That's 07, man. I was at the end of it. I was, you know what I'm saying? There was no Facebook. There was no Facebook. Facebook started like a couple years after that. There was no IG. Like right now, I be telling like some of these young cats, I'm like, dude, you can just DM these coaches. You got the coach's name.
It's so much easier to do it this way.
Like, I had to send out a VHS tape to an address. I don't even know if it even got there. I don't know.
For y'all, man. For y'all that don't know what a VHS tape is, like it's about this big over here, and it fits into a VCR, slides in. There's film that rolls over and over, and you can record over it. You can do whatever you want to it.
Hey, did y'all have that VCR rewinder where you rewind the VCR back?
You had a double deck VCR that had the 2 slots, so you could just put one in and then you can record it and you pop out the copy. Yep. And then so me and my dad met this dude. He actually coaches at San Jose State right now. His name is I think his name is Carter. Coach Carter, Alonzo Carter. He used to be a backup dancer for MC Hammer. Yeah, crazy. Coach Carter.
Did he have the pants though? The Hammer pants? Did he have them?
He had the pants.
So he was a backup dancer for MC Hammer back in the day. He coached football in the Bay Area. Was at McClymonds, hella high school. So my dad met him, and he was like, "Hey, my son wants to go to college. I don't know how to make a highlight tape." And Coach Carter had hella connects. Like he was like, buddy had like a Rolodex. I went to his house in Oakland. He was like, "Hey, what school you want to go to?" I was like, "UC Berkeley, USC, all these schools." He had all these coaches' business cards. So he was like, "Hey, look, here.
Oh wow.
Take these business cards. Copy all these business cards. I'm gonna help you get a tape. Send me all your game tape. I'm gonna help you make a highlight tape. You copy this tape, send it to these addresses, call them, send out the tape. Start just flooding the system, right? So that was the blueprint. That's what we did, and started sending it out. And before that, I was going to like in the summer. I would go to like football camps. Like I would go to I went to Nevada football camp. They had a contact camp. I went to UC Berkeley, full contact camp. And I got I was getting like all camp tight end, all camp defensive end. Like I was doing good at the camps, but I still didn't have no offer. So then Coach Carter met my dad in like a parking lot and gave me the tape, the VHS. He had my dad had the little portable VHS player.
Yep.
Then we got the DVD, transition to DVDs, and we was just sending them out everywhere. Everywhere I wanted to go. I wanted every Pac-10 school, basically. Every Pac-10 school down south. So that started happening. And then like probably midway through my senior year, I started getting like coaches calling me, like coaches showing up on campus. Like they would come to campus. Like I'm talking about like UC Berkeley coach. His name was Bob Foster. I don't think he's long gone though. But he used to show up on campus. And stuff like that. You know, I would get letters at school. People would call me and they're like, "Hey man," you know what I'm saying? So that's when I was like, damn, this shit really is doing something. You know what I'm saying? This ain't
okay.
Right. Like,
how did you?
All right, now that the wheels are starting to turn.
Right. During that moment, how did you feel? Like, you know, when you see those feels that like those wheels turning, how did you feel about that? Like that moment, you know, like, man, this is really happening. Like it's like a movie. Big colleges are showing up to see me. Yeah. Like how did that feel, you know?
I mean, it was like it was just surreal because I was like, damn, like this shit really working. Like, you know what I mean? I was just grateful. Like it's cool. You know what I mean? You don't really appreciate it because you in it and you a kid. Okay. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? I've never been like out there, but I'm just like, look, man, like this is what I want to do. And it's working. So I'm gonna keep doing what I need to do. Let me just stay focused and get this scholarship because I knew I could play. But like and also so there was a year before me, there was 3 dudes in the city that all went to Pac-10 schools. It was Derek Simmons went to USC, DeLaShawn Dean went to Arizona, Jamar Robinson went to Arizona State. So all them dudes was a year older than me. And I knew them since we was in the elementary school. So then once I saw them get that offer, those Pac-10 offers, I said, look, man, if they can go there, I can go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know them dudes, they're not that much better.
You start to level out and start to see, like,
right.
Okay. I was like, nah, bro, they not that much better than me. They better than me, but ain't that much. So I'm like, let me get more serious with it. So I started going a little harder. You know what I'm saying? My pops, at that point, he didn't have to wake me up to go work out no more. I was already like, let's go. I can get him up. Like, let's go work out. You know what I'm saying?
I know he was happy. Ooh, I know he was happy, boy.
You know what I'm saying? So then in the offers, then I got a couple. My first offer was Sac State. And at that time, I was like, man, I don't really want to go to Sac State. I want to get out of it. That's too close. You know what I'm saying? But I really wanted to go to UC Berkeley or San Jose State. Those are my top 2 where I wanted to go. And my sister at the time went to the University of Nevada, Reno. My older sister, she went to school there. So then, what happened was I never got an offer from San Jose State. I don't know why. They were recruiting hella dudes from LA for some reason. Anyway, and then UC Berkeley didn't give me an offer. They basically told me I could walk on. And I'm like, my parents ain't had the money for me to walk on at UC Berkeley. That's
next level right there. Yeah.
Right.
I was like,
right.
At that time, I was thinking about going to junior college. I was going to go to San Francisco City Junior College. I talked to the coach. I was like, if I don't get no offer, because it was like maybe near the end of the season, you know what I'm saying? And then so there was a coach named Charlie Camp. He was at San Jose State, and he was one recruiting me. One of the guys recruiting me, and he got fired from San Jose State, and he got hired at the University of Nevada right after the football season. He got hired in Nevada, so he brought my game tape from San Jose State to Nevada.
Okay,
and so he's over there. I went to two camps at Nevada and got all camp tight end 1 year, all camp defensive end. So they knew who I was, but at that time they didn't give me no offer. It was like, oh, this kid's good, but how it worked back then, it still kind of works now. Teams don't want you if nobody wants you. If you ain't got no offers, they're like, well, why should we give him an offer? He has none. So it's like, I had none. I was good. It's just I had no offer. So they was like, well, what are we doing? Why are we going to give him an offer if obviously nobody else wanted him? So then Nevada was just like, he brought my tape there. And at that time, I had Sacramento State. And the coach was like, oh, yeah, like he put the tape on. They're like, oh, we remember this kid. He came here. I didn't even go up there with my team. I went up there just dolo by myself. I was playing against a bunch of other kids who went up there by themselves, and we had our own little team full of random kids, and we were playing against all these high school teams. We was whooping their ass too. So, we was good. And then they brought me up there like, hey man, we like you. You know what I'm saying? We want to get you. And they took me up there. That was my first official visit. I forgot what game we played, but then they had this old school coach, man, Coach All, old guy. Love this dude. He basically pulled me aside and was like, hey, man, so you coming, right? That was it. That's what he said. And I was just like, I didn't even know that was the offer. Like, I didn't know what that was. Oh, he just said, hey, you coming, right? You coming, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm coming. Like,
yeah. Like, what? Yeah.
Boy, yeah, I'm on the way. I'm coming right now.
Like, cool. And that was my verbal offer. Like, I didn't even know what you know what I'm saying? So then I ended up, and my sister went to school there. She was like a couple years older than me. So I'm like, it was perfect because Nevada was like 2.5 hours away. My parents could make all the games at the same time. I'm in another state. I'm kind of out the way. You know what I'm saying? I can drive home when I want to drive home, and I'm in. So it worked out. So then I ended up going to Nevada. I was at the bottom of the depth chart, the literally bottom. Like they gave me number 46. I had some random number playing outside linebacker. Bottom of the depth chart my freshman year, and I met some of my best friends at that school, and my best friend Brandon. So Brandon played for the Broncos, won a Super Bowl. He was a middle linebacker, Brandon Marshall. So me and him came in next to each other. Yeah. And we both was like bottom of the depth chart, but we both like had the mentality like, nah, bro, it's gonna be us one day. Like, so we started working together. Like freshman year, we redshirted. I'm on a scout team. You know what I'm saying? I'm a tackling dummy out there. I'm giving a look for the offense.
Right.
At the same time, though, we was out there working them dudes. Like I'm on a scout team, but I'm like, nah, bro, you gonna have to earn this. Like you ain't gonna be pushing me around. You know what I'm saying?
I don't be doing food with the choking.
Yeah.
I be telling I got a young homie at Nevada right now. When he was a freshman, I said, look, man, don't let these dudes push you around on the scout team. We used to be out there fighting them cats, like the seniors. They thinking, oh, you can let me block you. I'd be like, nah, bro, it ain't gonna be like that. Like it's you ain't gonna want to go against me all day because I don't got nothing else to do. All I do is practice. I don't play. You know what I'm saying? So I was out there giving them like, just to do it because I ain't have nothing else to do and I need to get better. So I'm playing against a dude that's like 4 years older than me. I'm 17, you 21. It's a big difference. It's a big gap in my opinion, going from high school to college and opposed to college to the NFL because 17-year-old body is not nowhere near a 21-year-old's strength-wise. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Yeah.
True.
I'm doing that. I got done my redshirt year. Freshman year, I come in there. I'm still I'm probably like third string on the depth chart. So, but dude in front of me, I was playing with him. And then I ended up just busting my ass. And then first game of the season, I wasn't starting. I was still second string. And then we played Grambling, and we beat them. And then my second game, we played Missouri. So my second game, we played Missouri. Missouri had Chase Daniels playing quarterback. They had Jeremy Macklin playing wide receiver. Sean Weatherspoon was a linebacker. They had Chase Kaufman. Chase Kaufman was they had dogs, basically.
Wow.
We played them at Missouri.
Yeah. They had some dogs.
Wow.
Yeah, I never seen anybody as fast as Macklin on the field in person. You know what I'm saying? So we played them. That was the first game I started. That was at I started then. That was the second game my redshirt freshman year. And then ever since then I was starting. And I was playing outside linebacker, doing my thing. You know, I think I got all conference no, I didn't get all conference at that point. I was just playing. I was a decent player. I was probably better. I think I got one award for being freshman defensive player of the year, something like that. But then my sophomore year, I still was good. I was solid. But then my junior year in college, my coach left. Our defensive coordinator took the head coaching job at Portland State. So we had a new coach. New defensive coach came in. He came in from the University of Stanford. So he came with a bunch of smart kids. You know what I mean? So we ran like an NFL style defense. Before, I didn't have this many responsibilities. It was like, hey, just do it. Know what you got to do and play. But then the crazy story was that right before the bowl game of my sophomore year, we were playing in Hawaii Bowl. We lost 3 middle linebackers in one week. We had one dude senior with my roommate. He graduated. He's now the linebacker coach at Nevada right now. He graduated. Boom. It was his last game. He was done. The backup got caught stealing. He got in trouble. That's my dog too. He got in trouble at the bowl game. He got in trouble at the bowl game. And the other dude who was behind him got into a fight with the senior at the bowl game and got kicked off the team. So we lost 3 of them.
What is going? Everybody's in the hood. We just
everybody throwing hands
today, huh? That's what we doing.
Throwing hands in trouble. So it was, it's young stuff. You 20 years old. People just acting stupid. You got, you had Hawaii at a bowl game. People anyway. So they ended up that happened. We lost 3. So then coming in next season, they're like, hey, look, we need a middle linebacker. We don't have no middle linebacker. So Coach Boo, I think he's at Illinois right now. He's an Illinois defensive coordinator, but his name is Andy Boo. Coach Boo was like, hey, we need a middle linebacker. So he picked me because they're like, you're one of the most athletic dudes that we have right now. So we need you to go to middle linebacker. And I never played middle linebacker before. I was like, shit. I got to call the defense. I got to know formations. I got to know fronts. I got to know stunts. I got to know route combinations. I had to know none of it. I didn't have to talk before.
Yeah.
I just had to just line up and play. Now I got to talk in front of everybody. So it was a whole new thing to me because in high school I played defensive end. Really, I had my hand in the dirt, and then I got to college. They moved me to outside linebacker, like a stand-up outside linebacker, and I was doing good at that. But then they transitioned me to middle linebacker. Athletically, I could do it, but it's like I didn't come up with no formal training of football. I was out there just being an athlete. I didn't really know.
Yeah.
I'm just running. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing. So then Coach Boo really put me on game. He was like, man, look, you can do this. He's like, you gotta just buy in. Do everything I'm telling you to do. Come early, stay late. So I'm in there. I'm in the film room early, breaking down film. He having me go up on the whiteboard, draw up formations, draw up the name of it, draw up an offensive play, a blocking scheme, like a power, a counter. I'm drawing up blocking schemes. I'm drawing up how we would run fit it. You know what I'm saying? How we would fit who does what. So I had to know all of that. And he had he demanded a lot from us, you know what I'm saying? And that made us a lot better. So, after that happened, so my junior year, so I played with Colin Kaepernick. So Cap was a senior then. So that was Cap's senior year. In that season, we played we played a lot of people. We played, UC Berkeley. We beat Berkeley. I wanted to go to Berkeley, so I wanted to beat the dog shit out of them.
Right. Well, my
yeah, they was
my offer at.
Yeah, with my offer at, bro. What's happening? So then, I'm like,
y'all got me messed up.
We had to put it on them. And we beat them by like 20 something points. And they I think it might have been ranked. They were ranked like 24 or 22. So we weren't unranked. We knocked them off. Boom, beat them bad. Then
I'd have took my shirt off and ran around the stadium like, yeah,
hey,
man,
it was wild. It was a wild game. So we beat them, and then we come at the end of the season. We were undefeated. We're playing Boise State, and at this time, Boise State they were ranked 4th in the country. They were coming off of a 4. It would have been they would have had a 24 game unbeaten. They were trying to go to the Natty. If they would have beat us, they would have went to the Natty. They were top 4 in the country, right? So they won 24 straight games. So we come there, and we were ranked like 19th in the country. They was ranked 4. We ended up beating them in an overtime game off a field goal kick, knocked them off. You know what I'm saying? That was on national television.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
After that happened, I was like, damn, bro, like we can beat anybody. Like it's like our team it's crazy, bro. Like so I was just at Nevada right now. I went for a game, right? We had a list of all our players that was on that team that played in the NFL, and the school only had like 12 of us listed on there. But I counted like there's 3 others. So there's like 15 of us that were on that roster that played and started in the NFL at one time. And that was at a small school like Nevada. Like, so that happens at like big schools. You know what I'm saying? So over that time period, we just got blessed with like a bunch of dudes
of talent
who weren't highly rated out of high school. Like even like Cap. Cap wasn't nothing in high school, really.
He wasn't.
So Nevada just took off. You know what I'm saying? So then we did that. And next thing I know, we playing in bowl games. We played against Boston College on national TV, beat them in the bowl game. We finished the season 13-1. We was ranked 13th in the API. Damn, wow. So then the dudes in front of me, like Kaepernick, Virgil Green, Vi Tower, they all go in the league, right? They get drafted. They do their thing. So then I started getting hit up from like agents, hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, like, hey, this is my agent.
So here you are again. Like you was in high school and college. Like
that.
It's just like this. Okay, so and so got picked up. They might be a little better than me, but I'm here though. You know,
I was like, they getting drafted. I'm like, and we went heads in college. I'm like, I got the best of them every once in a while. I'm like, I could do this, right? So then I started thinking, and then I started seeing like, so CBS Sports used to come out with this like draft tracker. They would always rank players. I remember through my junior year, I was like ranked, I don't know, like 100 and something middle linebacker, and I had like an arrow, like in terms of where you was trending.
Oh yeah, which direction you going up?
And my arrow was trending up through the season. I would drop from like one. I would look at it sparingly. I would drop from like 100 something to like 80 something, then 70 something, then 50th middle linebacker, and I got down like 20. Then I was at 10. I finished at like, I don't know. I was like, damn, like, am I really like? I'm thinking in my head, I'm just doing the same shit. I'm the same player. I ain't did nothing crazy, but at that time though, our team was bringing notoriety. Like we had Kaepernick, who was up to the Heisman. We had 3 dudes running for 1,000 yards: the quarterback, the running back, and another running back. But we was just busting up dudes. So then they was bringing scouts, like NFL scouts, to practice. They was watching us practice, so they saw like we had talent. It wasn't just like Kaepernick. We had 14, 15 dudes who played in the NFL. A couple dudes were still playing. So, they go to the league. I end up getting hit up by these agents. I'm like, damn, this is wild. Like, these agents, like, is this real? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this a real agent? This some
who are you for real? Are you trying to get some money
right?
You know what I'm saying? Who is this?
What's your name, man? Let me see some ID.
Then I got hit up by Cap's agent, the agent who had Cap. I was like, okay, cool. Like, I know they for real. Like, my parents, they had the Cap parents at the game, so like they linked up, and then I knew the agent, so I talked to him, and that's why I ended up signing with after my senior year. But so my senior year came. We weren't as good because we lost, Cap left, so we didn't really have a quarterback that was like, we had a quarterback, but Cap's a different level. So after we lost him, I forgot what our record was. So we ended up playing in a bowl game, and I ended up leaving. And I had my agent. I was training for the combine, trained in LA. Went to the combine, did pretty good. I ended up getting drafted in the 4th round to Cleveland. Playing
Shout
outside
out to
linebacker,
Cleveland.
middle linebacker. You know what I mean? And that's
Explain that day, man. That day.
How was that?
moment
Like
you realize, like, man, everything I did, I'm in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Honestly, it wasn't what you think it was. I was mad. I was mad at the draft day. I was upset because I'm super competitive.
So you wanted to go earlier. You like,
yeah,
these fools ahead of me.
Yes,
Come on,
like,
bro.
No
It's clowns. Yeah,
exactly. So I'm saying, and like you see, okay, they'll say best available linebackers, and they have a list of 1 or whatever, and I'll see dudes getting drafted. I'm like, what? Like, so I was mad. Like, I'm not saying I thought I should have won the first round. I don't know, but I just know the dudes that were getting picked, and I'm like, nah, there's no way. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? So then I ended up getting drafted in the 4th round, and it took me like a day before I was like, oh man, this is a blessing. Like, this is cool. Like, stop, just relax, take it in, stop being mad about not going earlier. You know what I'm saying? So then once I did that, I ended up flying out there for like a rookie mini camp like a week or 2 after that, and I came back home, and then I bounced out of there for OTAs, off-season training. So then I was out there my rookie year, man. And I ended up starting, I think I started like 10 games. I was playing behind Scott Bujita at the time.
Okay.
And so Scott's a good dude. Scott was involved in that whole like kind of, I think it was a bounty gate with the New Orleans Saints that happened.
Oh, yeah.
He got suspended. He was suspended like the first 4 or 6 games of my rookie year. So I got to start. So that's when I was out there playing. And then he came back and I didn't start. And I think he got hurt and I started again. So then I was out there in Cleveland. I thought I was playing pretty good. I was doing my thing. But then before the season started, they sold the team. The team got sold to Jimmy Haslam. And then after the season, we went 4 and I don't know, we only won like 4 games or 6 games or something. It was pretty bad. It was my first time being on a bad football team, really. Like, getting booed.
We got
booed at home, bro. Like, we was getting booed at home. I was like, this is weird, man. Like, I don't like this. I'm not used to just losing all the time. Like, you know what I mean? Not even being competitive. So then we go over there, and then it's like at the end of the season, they fire everybody. I'm talking about everybody. Like the
clean house.
They got to. Your fans blowing you, everybody got to go.
They fired the chef.
The people in the building cooking the food, cutting the grass, everybody has to go.
They fired the janitor. Everybody gone.
By security, they clean everybody up.
Side pieces, everything. Everybody done.
Hey, you didn't clean that bathroom well enough, man. You fired.
Like, damn, bro. The people giving us food at the end of the games were different. I was like, that's crazy. So then after that,
it wasn't even their fault, man.
The new coach came in there. I can't remember his name. I think it was might have been Rob. I think it was Rob Shazinski. He came in there. New defensive coordinator, knew everybody came in there. So then they kind of like the vibe was weird because like they didn't new general manager. Because I got drafted by I can't remember his name, but he used to be with the Packers back in the day. What's his name? I can't remember. Cool dude though. He's a coach the Packers back when Brett Favre was playing, I think. Anyway, he gets fired. New general manager comes in. New GM. Basically, we're not his guys. He didn't draft none of us. Like, so I got drafted with Trent Richardson, running back, Brandon Whedon, Josh Gordon, Travis Benjamin. Travis Benjamin might still be playing. I don't know.
He was just with San Francisco last year.
He was the city.
Yeah, he was.
So
he was,
Travis my dog. So I played with him. Anyway, so then we get there, and after the first year, I played pretty good. I thought I played pretty good. Next year, after training camp, they released me. I get cut. I end up getting picked up by Kansas City.
Yep.
So boom, I'm in Kansas City and I'm in KC, and we win like 10 straight games. This was 2012. We won 10 straight games.
I remember that year because fantasy-wise.
I was like, bro, we're going to the Super Bowl. I'm like, we're going to the Super Bowl. I never won this many games. It was crazy. Like, literally every game was coming in whooping everybody's ass. And then we ended up losing in the first round. So I didn't start that game. I think I was all special teams pretty much that season. And then I ended up we lost in the first round of the playoffs. So then I came back the next year, and I was playing behind Derek Johnson. DJ was a starter. I played middle linebacker behind him. So he ended up tearing his Achilles. DJ's a good dude too. He hurt himself. So then I started most of that season, and then after that season, I ended up getting released. Then I got signed with Miami after that. Bounced around on like a bunch of teams in 2016. Kind of like I kept bouncing around, man. I was on like one team for 3 weeks, one team for a month, one team for 2 weeks. I was just like, man, this shit ain't cool. Like I'm tired of this.
How did that work out? Like you was just staying in hotels, like just
ain't a hotel. So that's basically what it is. Like I ain't gonna move my family around with me.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was like, I just had to go figure it out, make a couple checks. And
was it even excitement? Like when they would pick you up?
What'd you say?
Was it even excitement when the team would pick you up?
I mean, yeah, because I wanted to play. It's like I knew I could play. I knew I still had could play. It's just I just needed to find the right system. I needed to just stay in the system for a while, but there was a lot of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Like every time somebody got hurt, they would call me and I'll go try out for linebacker, and I might not get the tryout. Then I'll try out again. I might get the tryout. Then I'm on the team for 2 weeks, and I get released. The NFL is like they say it's a numbers game. It legit is a numbers game. Like it's a numbers game. So like a couple times, this is one example. I was in Detroit, and they signed me on a bye week. We had no game. They signed me bye week. Next week's coming. I'm practicing the whole week. Special teams about to play. So we lost one of the cornerbacks got hurt. Starting corners pulled his hamstring in practice. So he's out. He's still on the roster. So 53 men on the roster. He still has a roster spot. He's just gonna be out for 2 weeks. So that means they need a cornerback. So they got to activate a cornerback off the practice squad. They activated him up, right? So at the same time, the NFL basically they rank the players from 53 to the worst player, the least needed player on the team. Okay. So they need a roster spot. They're gonna just bump that bottom guy off the team.
Right.
Fire him.
Right.
It could be anybody.
Right.
So I happen to be that last guy. They fired me, and they ended up signing a corner. And they told me, "Hey, it's nothing against you. We just need this spot because we need a corner for this week, and you can't play corner." So I'm like, I was like, all right, whatever. And they was like, hey, just stay around. You know what I'm saying? We'll sign you back on Tuesday, but you still get paid. They fired me. Literally, I'm walking to the walkthrough on Saturday. Like I'm leaving. I'm going upstairs to go to the walkthrough, and they pull me aside. I was like, hey, JMJ, man, we gotta let you go. I'm just like, what? I'm about to do walkthrough. It's like in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That's how it works, bro. It's all a business and nothing personal. I was just like, I was like, damn. So then they let me go. That's how it works though. It's a straight business. It's a business. It's just that's what it is. That's the ugly truth in the NFL. It ain't no. They be talking about, it's a brotherhood, it's a family. No, it's a business.
Yeah,
it's about
business first always.
Don't get it twisted when they say it's a brotherhood and this is that. It's a business. You know what I mean? So that happened, and so I ended up. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I wanted to go back to Kansas City because when you came in for Derek Johnson, you actually caught fire. You started playing better. What clicked for you? What was it that they were like, nah, we ain't trying to bring this back? Because what you were producing at that time was like your peak. You're at your highest level. You were getting 10, 12 tackles a game.
That was probably my best season. I don't know. It was my first time playing in like a 3-4 defense. So I at that time I was playing. I normally played in a 4-3 as a middle linebacker or an outside linebacker. So they moved me to a 3-4, and basically we had a good ass team. Like it wasn't me.
Yeah.
We had a good ass D line. I was playing behind Don Terry Cole, Alan Bailey, big ass dudes. Like they taking up 2-3 blockers. All I gotta do is just run and make the tackle. I don't gotta do too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
ain't nobody
like we got it. Just go make the tackle, man. Just do
like they literally holding up O lineman. They stopping the O line, so all I gotta do is just run through there, sift through there, and make the tackle. So it wasn't. We had some dogs at D line, so it wasn't like we had Tom Bahali rushing the passer. We had Justin Houston, who led the league in sacks, rushing the passer. So it's like, I ain't got to do too much. I got Pro Bowlers around me. You know what I'm saying? I think Justin and Tom both made the Pro Bowl. So it's like, and I had Eric Berry playing safety behind me.
That's right. They had a defense back then.
Yeah, so it's like, I didn't have to. I didn't have to do I had to do a lot. All I had to do was just not mess up. Just go out there and play. You know what I'm saying? So then, You know, at that time it was cool, man. Like my biggest accomplishment, I feel like, is, you know, getting to play in the Oakland Coliseum. Like we played.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the things I was happy the most about playing in Kansas City, because we got to play in the town. Like I got to have all my family come out.
That
dope. We did
Bay Area hit different, you know what I mean?
It hit different. I'm like, damn, bro, I'm playing. I always wanted to play in the Coliseum. I grew up a Raiders fan. You know what I mean? I wanted to play in Oakland, but it didn't happen. So I ended up playing. I got to play in the Coliseum like 3 times. So 1 with Cleveland, 2 with Kansas City. So I mean, it was a blessing, man. It was a cool experience.
Man, I had to be just running out that tunnel. Probably had you like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What a moment,
hearing your name over the loudspeaker, I'm like, damn, this is crazy. So, but like, you know, when you end it like that, you're not really thinking about it. You just
because you got a job at, you know, you got to be locked in.
You locked in, and you always thinking about what's the next move? How can I get better? I'm not sitting there just appreciating it. I'm worrying about, I got to get better. I got to keep improving.
Because you got to survive.
I got to survive. Bro, it's hard, because it's like, ain't no slouches up there. Everybody up there can play. Right. Everybody up there was the best player on their high school team, Pop Warner team, Little League team. Everybody up there was some dogs. So it's like, ain't no bums up there. So you got to be on your shit every week. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference between high school and college. Most college players is like decent, but then you got a few good ones. But in the league, bro, everybody was a great college player.
Yeah, it's like everybody was the MVP of all their teams, and they just all got together and started the NFL.
Everybody was a guy, so you're used to that. So then off season comes, every year they drafting like hundreds of players who are younger than you, stronger than you, faster than you, cheaper than you, healthier than you.
Yeah.
So it's like, and every year,
you said, man, it's a business. It's a business move. Yeah. Everything's business.
The more you play, the more likely you is to get hurt. You're going to get hurt. You're going to tear something. You're going to break something. It's football. So it's like, it is what it is, bro. So then I ended up 2016. I was like, man, I'm done with this whole, like, getting hired and fired shit. Like, I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Like, I was just over it. I was like, I need to go ahead and do something else, man. Like, bounce up out of here and just get my mind right. Because, like, mentally, it's like, it's hard, man. Something you really love to do. And something like, it would bother me. I'm super petty, but like, it'd be like a dude that, like, one of the scouts, one of the player personnel guys that's like 5'2". He telling me, hey, James, we're gonna have to let you go. I'm like, bro, you ain't even play football.
Like, bro, I'll stuff you in the garbage can right now. What are you talking about?
That was I'm super petty. That bothered me. I'm like, who are you? Who I never even seen before? Who are you? Like, then, you know what I mean? Stuff like that bothered me. So, but then I just said, you know what, man, I played 4 years, did my thing. You know, I can hang my hat on that. So I'm at peace with it.
Heck yeah, man, that's what's up.
But, man,
that's what's up, man.
You got a hell of a journey, man.
No idea about a lot of that,
too.
Honestly. Yeah, that was good stuff. Well, I mean, you said that your favorite team growing up was the Raiders. So how you feel like y'all gonna do this year?
Man, I don't know.
Y'all need up the vision, my guy.
It's really like this. Like, I grew up a Raiders fan, but after playing in the league and seeing the business behind it, I don't really like teams no more. Like, I'm not a team fan no more, because I know how the teams work. I know how. So I'm like, I like to watch players. Like right now, I watch certain players. Like one of my when I was in Miami, I played next to Kelvin Shepard. Kelvin Shepard was a linebacker in Miami. He's now the defensive coordinator on the Detroit Lions. No, sorry, he's the linebacker coach. So if I'm watching him, I watch his team. I see how his linebackers is playing. You know what I'm saying? Other dudes I played with, like that are either in the coaching right now or still playing. Like, I watch them. Like Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore is the offensive coordinator for the Cowboys. When I was in college, Kellen was on the quarterback of Boise State that we played against. So I played against him for 4 years in college. So I watched his offense, see what they're doing, see what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's kind of how I watch sports now, football. I'm like, I don't just pick a team, because I know the inner workings behind that team. I know how it go down. I'm like, the team, whatever. I can't
really be a fan of that. I feel that.
I can't support that. I can support these players. So I got like favorite players I like to watch. You know what I mean? I got teams like offensive coordinator, defensive coordinators. That's kind of how I watch football now. You know, it's a little different.
Okay. That's man, that's a different side to look at it. I never even thought about it like that, but as soon as you said it, it made all the sense.
Yeah.
Like, of course, after everything you just explained, it's like, yeah, I'm good off all that. And the janitor who just cut me. Like, I'm good off all that.
I mean, they fired the janitor, bro. You fired the chef. You fired the dude that cut the grass in the back. Like, he got a family.
Right.
He got a family.
He had nothing to do. He didn't lace him up. He had nothing to do with that. What you letting him go for?
Nothing to do with nothing else. So cool.
What you letting him go for? So I'm like, that turned me off.
Like, yeah.
Like he's gonna find another NFL job to work at in Cleveland.
Right. He was down. He hung his
There's only one team out here.
I cut the grass, but I cut the grass for the Cleveland Browns. You feel me?
Right.
Like, now what?
You know what I mean? So I mean, after you see it, it's like, man, nah, I want to. You know, I like players, so then that's kind of how I watch it. And then, like right now, like my son's playing ball now. He's like 7, he's playing flag football and stuff. So he's getting more interested in it. He's starting to realize, like, hey, my dad played in the NFL. Like, he was pretty good. So let me kind of lean into football, ask him questions about football. And I took him back to my college. We watched the college game, and he was like telling everybody, yeah, my dad's a famous football player. I was like, man, relax, like chill out. You know what I'm saying? So he's
quiet.
It's hilarious though.
That's what's up though, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he gonna be serving though. I mean, if he got skills from you, he gonna be out there doing something. And the height probably coming too, you know?
Right. He gonna be 6th grade, 6'2".
Don't you want to? I mean, for my son, like our son's the same age, 7. But I mean, like I'm 6'4", but I want my son to be bigger than me, you know, like just stronger everything. So I'm sure you want that same exact thing from him.
Yeah, I do. I mean, honestly, though, like if he didn't play football, I'd be like, cool, whatever. I never push it on him, but I know he sees it around the house. He sees I got pictures and jerseys and stuff like that. He sees it, but I'm like, I didn't have to. Like even before he even played football, he was like, football's my favorite sport. I was like, you never even played football before. How you gonna say that? But he just he already knows that. I know he's gonna do it, but he has the he got the mentality for it. Football's a lot. You got to have a certain type of mentality to be able to just run into somebody at full speed, like it. And he
take a different person.
Different person. Yeah, different person.
Yep.
I think he definitely has it. But I'm gonna wait on the tackle football. He's probably a little later on that, but he's doing the flag football stuff. Playing.
I think that's a good start.
You know,
I'm gonna get my son out there with yours. You know, I'm gonna get my son out there with yours. But I mean, my son, just for the disclaimer, he's a basketball player.
Just like he's a basketball player.
Hey,
I was too. Though. I was too.
Yeah.
I was too.
Yeah, now look. You know what I'm saying?
When I first got to college, my head coach used to always talk shit about him. He was like, he's a damn basketball player. He's out there swimming people and shaking them. I'm like, that's all I knew.
Right.
I wasn't very physical when I got to college. I didn't know how to really do that, put my head into somebody. But then I was out there just yelling, y'all can't block me. I'm faster than y'all. But then he was like, stop playing basketball out there. Yeah. And I was like, all right. Put my hat on somebody, you know what I mean? So kind of what we had. But basketball helps out though. Like I ain't gonna lie, being able to use your hands, playing basketball, move around, catch a ball, knowing
hand-eye coordination,
knowing where you are in space, knowing okay, I'm here. There's a defender on my back. There's a defender over here. The hoops right here. Knowing where you are, that helps.
Angles, close out speed.
All that shit.
Yeah.
All that shit.
Yep.
Catching the ball in the air in traffic, catching a basketball in traffic. Same thing as catching a football. Ain't no different. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, it's just a different shape. That's it.
That's it. So it helps out a lot. So all these kids now, I'm like, bro, don't be just playing one sport all year round, thinking that I want to play basketball all year round. It's like, bro, come on now. Like,
just try everything. You have no idea.
Do everything.
All my homies when I was a kid that was all playing basketball, we all thought we was going to the NBA. Ain't none of us make it.
Yeah, hey, I as well. You know, me too.
Yeah. We all thought I'm gonna go to the NBA, but none of us made it. A few of us made it in football though, so it's like I'm like play everything, play baseball, run track, do whatever you want to do. Don't just sit here and think because unless you like 6'10" already, I mean maybe then you probably focus on basketball, but most people aren't. Nah.
That's funny you said that, man, because when I was like in the middle of my grind with all my basketball stuff, somebody saw me play one day. He came to me and said, hey, man, you ever thought about being a wide receiver? I was like, what? I honestly think I was with you, Josh. I think we was at the gym hooping at Cal Fit.
Okay.
Years back. Yeah, and I was like, yeah, I mean, because I tried a little bit of football, but I had to make a decision. I was like, you know, I'm gonna have to choose one or the other and get real serious in one right now because I was like, you know, I love basketball.
Yeah.
Like probably how you feel now about football and everything, but yeah, man, it's crazy how they tell you, like, hey, you know, you should probably think about football just because of your height and your weight and just what your stature look like. You might be able to succeed here because basketball is a lot crowded, way less people, way less. So, you know, it's tougher, but I agree with you on that.
It's easier. I mean, think about it. You playing basketball. How many people start in the NBA? It's only what, 5 on a rock.
5, right? And you got
you think about 10 people.
Yeah, it's hella harder to make it in the NBA, in my opinion. And it's football. It's like, and you can't teach nobody to have height. You've been 6'4" wide receiver. You bigger than everybody already. So it's like But it's different. It's a different mentality. You know, not everybody is okay with that or wants to do that. It's different. That's playing linebacker. It's like I got to run full speed, and the dude's 300 pounds and not blink. Like just hit him, boom, go. Like, you know what I'm saying? And don't blink. Everybody ain't gonna want to do that. So
that's different.
It's different. So it's like, but you know, there's a lot of kids I play high school ball with that like rant that I play basketball with. I'm like, bro, play football. Like you're hella fast.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is just get the contact down. It ain't gonna feel good in the beginning. You're gonna get pushed around in the beginning.
It ain't gonna feel good, but go
feel good.
Like lifting weights, man. Yeah, hurt that first, be sore for a little bit. You get used to it. You all good.
Once you make it in your head to be like, look, I ain't gonna get pushed around no more. Then it's gonna click, and you're gonna be like, all right, cool.
Right.
Time to man up.
But you just gotta. It's gonna suck in the beginning. But I'm like, bro, like I was, like I said, I was a 6'2" power forward. I ain't going nowhere. Where am I going?
Nowhere. Yeah. Because when I got into high school, like it was completely different than you. Like I may be 6'4" now, but I was 5'6", 98 pounds as a freshman. If I would have saw you, stay on the perimeter. I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna stay out here doing this all day long. I'll do that. Let me hit a step back. Yeah,
and that's weird to hear though. A 6'2" power forward, like
I was solid though. I physically I was strong. I wasn't.
Yeah, it's like he was a big presence down there. Like I'm not about to go run and try to run through him. Like he come in and set a screen.
Oh yeah,
I'm not running through that. You better say screen because I'm not trying to be on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Yeah.
Yep. That's crazy, man. Well, man, I appreciate you. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming on the show.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, you know, we can do more of these. Hopefully, you can get you over here to the studio one time. We can just chill.
Yeah. You know
yeah.
Whatever y'all want to do, bro. I got time now, so you know we can make it happen.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, if it wasn't for me being sick, man, we'd all be together having a drink right now. But we're gonna make it happen.
It's all good, bro.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, all right, man. We appreciate you. We appreciate y'all for watching. We holla at y'all on the next one.
For sure.
All righty.